October Hype. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another episode of PokeTalk, and today's episode of PokeTalk is going to be a discussion revolving around some new Pokemon Pocket Monsters 2019 or Pokemon Journeys episodes that were announced this week. And I gotta be honest with you guys, October looks to be another great month for the anime, but I'll talk about all this soon enough. So, at risk of further rambling though, let's move on to these episode titles. So yeah, like I said, October looks to be a pretty epic month, starting with episode 40, which will air on October 9th, 2020, and the episode title is Versus Zapdos, a Legendary Raid Battle. And it's no secret that I love raid battle episodes. So the fact that we're getting another one, epic in my opinion. It's against one of the legendary birds. Not my favorite series of legendary Pokemon, but it is a legendary Pokemon and it is a raid battle. And raid battles are always good in my opinion. So I really am looking forward to episode 40 just because it's a raid battle. Predictions in the episode. I've seen people even go out so far onto a limb and say that Go is going to catch Zapdos. I'm not convinced of that, but they have done stranger things. So, I mean, I guess anything is possible at this point, but I don't really think that'll happen. If it happens, I will be the first to admit I'm wrong, and I will admit that that is awesome for Go. But at the same time here, if nothing happens, I'm okay with that. Just because it's a raid battle episode doesn't mean you have to catch it. And, you know, I really do love raid battles. So, yeah, episode 40 looks to be good in my opinion. That's one that I'm going to be watching. And that, again, is episode 40, and it'll air on October 9th, 2020. And the episode title is Versus Zapdos, a Legendary Raid Battle. All right, next up we have episode 41. And this episode title is Pikachu's Great Dubbing Operation, Half a Marshtomp, and the episode will air on October 16th, 2020. Now, I'll be honest, of these 4 episodes, this one is probably the filler episode that probably will get overlooked because of the next episode and the last episode, which is unfortunate because these last few filler episodes have actually been pretty decent here. So it's kind of sad to know that that's what's going to happen, and I'm telling you just by looking at these episode titles, that really is what's going to happen in my opinion. But yeah, this episode looks to be a filler episode, not expecting a whole lot out of it, but I have enjoyed the filler episodes in the past, so we'll see if that trend continues. And so everybody, those are just my brief thoughts on episode 41, Pikachu's Great Dubbing Operation, Half a Marshtomp, and the episode will air on October 16th, 2020. Okay. Next up, we have episode 42, and this is the episode that I think kind of broke the internet. And based on the special preview that we got, I'm really going to enjoy this episode. I always enjoy episode arcs revolving around legendaries, and I don't think this one is going to be an exception here. And this episode will be episode 42, Sword and Shield 1, The Slumbering Forest. And this episode is going to air on October 23rd, 2020. This episode is going to be one of 2 episodes that we know of so far. It could be more than that, but so far we know it's at least 2. This is going to be an arc focusing around the legendaries of the Galar region, and always epic when we get legendaries. You know, when we have arcs that revolve around the legendary Pokemon of a generation, it's always great. There are very few exceptions to that. I think maybe the one exception to that would be X and Y that comes to mind. But yeah, other than that, though, the legendary arcs have really been done really well, and I don't think this episode is going to break that trend. Again, just based on the preview, it looks epic. It looks epically animated here. Really don't know what to expect going into this, but these legendary arcs are usually always good in my opinion, and I'm hoping this one continues the trend. And again, everybody, that is episode 42 and my thoughts on Sword and Shield 1, The Slumbering Forest, airing on October 23rd, 2020. Alright, next up we have the final episode title for October 2020, and this one will air on October 30th, 2020, and the episode title is Sword and Shield 2, Darkest Day, and that will air on October 30th, 2020. And like I said, this episode is going to be the second part of what we know to at least be a 2-parter legendary series on the Sword and Shield legendaries here. Really, again, don't know what to think about it, but again, looks epically animated from the preview. Super hyped for this two-parter at least, and I hope it is more. I really do think it'll just be a two-parter, but regardless of whether it's a two-parter or not, both of these episodes look hype, and these two episodes, I think, 42 and 43, probably broke the internet this morning. I'm not going to lie, it probably broke the internet. But again, those are just my thoughts on it. The preview, epically animated. Can't wait to see these episodes. And they really are the episodes that everybody's talking about right now. So yeah, those were the episode titles for October 40, 41, 42, and 43. And it's worth noting here that there is going to be a 1 week break between this week's episode, episode 39, and the next episode, episode 40 here. We've got 12 days until the next airing in Japan here on October 9th. So a little bit of time to catch our breaths. Yeah, these episode titles look great in my opinion. And the preview just added to the hype here. The special preview, the special teaser just really built up these episodes for my opinion, and I think that's pretty much everybody's opinion here. It's always great when we get episode teasers that look epic, and then we've got a slew of episode titles that look great. Unfortunately, I do think the dubbing operation episode is going to be a victim of this, but legendary arcs always overshadow one another. Like I said, really the only legendary arc I can think of that I didn't enjoy was XY. And it wasn't because of Zygarde, because Zygarde's arc was really good. What I really didn't like was how Xerneas and Yveltal got the shaft, and I guess I needed to clarify what I meant on that, because people are going to go, oh my gosh, he hates Z, or Pokemon Z. I loved it. I loved the Zygarde one, but Xerneas and Yveltal in Gen 6 really got the shaft, in my opinion. But, again, sometimes it happens. Overall, though, episode 40 versus Thunder, Legendary Raid Battle. Epically looking forward to that on October 9th. The filler episode on October 16th, Pikachu's Great Dubbing Operation. I'm going to give it a watch because they've really done the filler episodes good this series, but unfortunately I think this episode is going to suffer just because of episode 40 and 42 and 43. So not really looking forward to a lot in that episode, but the filler episodes have been enjoyable. So I think that's an episode worth watching as well. And then we've got the two-parter on October 23rd and October 30th revolving around the Sword and Shield legendaries. These are going to be the episodes to watch in my opinion, and I think these are the episodes everybody will frantically be waiting for. But with that said, everybody, those were the episode titles and my thoughts on it. And as always, in the comments section down below, let me know what your guys' thoughts are about these episode titles. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Just let me know what your guys' thoughts are about all this in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. All right, everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.